Loki is Thor's brother. I did stay recently in Valhalla. The Valhalla Inn in Thunder Bay by the airport. And it was going under major renovations. Parts of the hotel were blocked off and renovations were done, and other parts of the hotel were being used for guests. But I did pour in an enormous amount of new, fresh energy into the earth through the Valhalla Inn itself. So, what does that do with Thor and Loki? Nothing. It wasn't involving Thor and Loki. Nothing to do with Marvel Comics, no. No, the Valhalla Inn would be related to... In Klingon, it's Stovakor. In Nordic countries, it's Valhalla. It's where heroes go. Today is a good day to die when the Klingons go into battle, and then if someone dies that's Klingon, they make that noise and they scream really loud to send the spirit to Stovakor, because they say that was a real authentic warrior who was an honorable person, an honorable warrior, and that was what the Klingons were all about. From time to time, other examples of Klingons were, just like humans. There's some honorable ones, and then there's some horrible, dishonorable ones. But no, we might have threatened Brent Beeson the Devil or some of the devils with Thor's hammer. But we never mentioned Loki when we were there. Is it Loki or Loki that you want to talk about? I don't know. So anyways, no, we didn't call on Loki at the Valhalla Inn. And it wasn't about Thor. It wasn't about fighting. It was bringing in new light codes, is what light workers quite often call them. New light codes through the Valhalla Inn during its renovation, because the spirit of the hotel wanted renewal. So, as a spiritual channel for Reiki energy and all other kinds of high consciousness, Brent Beeson said, I complied. Well, I complied. No, the Internal Affairs Departments continue to tell everybody that Brent Beeson the Devil is always going to tell you that God wants to kill you. Because he's a Luciferian inversion of truth. So what happens with the light codes? I don't know. I truly don't know. I haven't had a lecture on these light codes, other than they're coming in massive amounts of, well, listen to Prime Disclosure right now. When you're done this video, on YouTube, go to Prime Disclosure and listen to the latest update. Because you'll get more information there about what's going on with light codes than you will from me. Because I don't have any words to give you other than go there. And next question. Well, what else about Loki? Are you calling me Loki? Because then you're going to call me crazy. I wouldn't call Bob crazy. It's called gaslighting. It's a narcissistic trick to placate one's own narcissistic ego, to project fictional characters onto authentic, original human beings. Anyways, is there anything else that anybody wants to say about the gangs talking and torture of me? Fuckface? Because fuckface. If you're going to be a fuckface right in public to everybody, well, clearly you don't have the consciousness to make 5D Earth. So by default, you've chosen the worst possible timeline for yourself because you do create your own reality. And if you won't raise your consciousness to higher levels of consciousness, then you are creating, even if you don't think you're creating, if you continue to eat meat and abuse other people as a hobby or for a living, you're going to manifest a horrible, what goes around comes around, karmic boot in the ass. Or maybe a karmic rubbing you out and permanently putting you into the lake of fire. Because it's in human consciousness the people who are intransigent. How do you say that word? Intransigent? Recalcitrant, unwilling to move, ossified thinking. Just people who are just like, I'm a fat fucking asshole, and I just like me being a fat fucking asshole. Well, those kind of fucking people are gonna roast forever. They can't help them out. I don't know. Some people have heard stories that, the consciousness of the planet is rising and it can't help but bring everybody up. And that by sitting on your default mode of being a terrorist, eventually the terrorism will be unavailable to you anymore or something. This is the way the devils think. A million different answers the devil's already got that he wants to use verbally. Because that's all they want to do is fight. They don't want to fight fair. They're chicken shit fuckface things, and they hide behind all of this technology. It's the story about, the man with a small penis compensating by buying a huge monster truck.